Hello, I'm here to talk about my last 8 weeks on the MyTransphormation challenge, the 2020 fall sprint, and this is my video essay. I have probably too many words to fit in a worded essay, so I'll try and keep this short. All the other videos I've done have been like 10 minutes, so I'm really trying to keep it shorter. So my other problem is I'm not taking notes. It's all just genuine from the heart. This is where whatever I say is where my mind's taking me and feels like it needs to be said. So going forward, we can talk a little bit about my history and little backstory just to kind of give you a little picture. But I am someone who has struggled with an eating disorder since high school, and it's something that I have gone back and forth, and I think I'm recovered and I can fall back pretty easily. But this year I had made it such a personal goal to veer away from that, to do as much work into not falling into those habits and that mindset and that dark place. And so the first 4 months of the year were tough, this year's been rough for everybody. 2020 has sucked one way or another. But luckily I had one of my friends show me the 75 hard challenge, and I just kind of dove in. I completed that successfully, and it was something I've never accomplished anything like that before. It was eye-opening to see that the promise I made myself to complete that, even as hard as it was, through camping season, all that stuff, I made it. So after that ended, I kind of was a little bit lost and didn't know what to really do. And I kept getting the notifications that the fall sprint challenge was coming up. So I just wanted to jump on that. I was like, you know what, this will give me something to at least focus on while I am trying to, figure out what my next steps are, what my next goals are. And little did I know I was jumping into this first form world that literally has changed my life. My whole relationship with food has drastically changed. I feel like, and I've made the most progress with it over the last 8 weeks. I was doing the daily habits, this typical get your steps and drink your water, but I was also making sure I was watching those lives every morning, because I knew that they were good for me and good for my brain. So that's something that I was actively doing to make sure I was getting I was trying to absorb all the information I possibly can. So I was geeking out with Jeremy a little bit over some of the science-y stuff, the why this works and this is how this is processed. I love it. And I've always had the lessons of you are what you eat, or your food is fuel, but it's not one of those things that really ever clicked or stuck with me. Of course, she decides to bark. I'm so sorry. I'm on a good roll, so I'm not going to start over. But as far as the whole transformation, so over the course of this year, I have lost 50 pounds. It obviously was not in the last 8 weeks. I did it the best way I could and not reverting back to my old habits. So that's a huge accomplishment. But in the last 8 weeks, physically, I didn't have a drastic transformation. I was pretty much almost to my first goal. I'm only a couple pounds away, and I did hit that on week 3, I believe. And that was super exciting, and it kind of pushed me. I'm like, okay, so now I'm setting 5-pound increments just to see. I don't know what my body will look like. This is the healthiest I've ever been. So that is something I'm like, okay, I don't know what my body's going to look like. And that's the beauty of this whole transformation challenge, is it is based off of your goals, what you're doing, what you want. There's standards that, yes, we drink our water, we hit our protein, or what our calorie goals, all of that stuff, but those goals are set to help you personally succeed. And I feel like I've succeeded. I'm not quite to where I want to be, but I am definitely on a good track and I want to keep going. Also during this challenge, I did a half marathon. I don't know who the hell I am, but I did it. Sorry, bad word. But I like even think about it. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Y'all encouraged me. I was just going to do the 10K. I ended up doing the half. It was perfect. In my eyes, I only ran 6 miles of it, but I completed it. So now I have set the goal moving forward, running a half marathon with one of my girlfriends who's a avid runner, and she's amazing. So we're gonna do that in April. So I set that goal to give me something to train for on the physical aspect. And at this point, we're just gonna continue the weight loss journey, and I'm trying to take as many people with me as I can because there's people noticing, people are seeing a difference. I have my members at work. I work in the financial industry. I have them making comments like, you've dropped weight, you're doing good, like you look so happy, you're glowing. Like I am getting all kinds of comments. So that to me is a huge transformation. And I feel better. My anxiety, my depression, it's here. It's still here. It's something that'll never go away, but it's definitely something that I am working on daily and doing the best daily tasks that are good for me. So it's not just the weight loss for me. It's so much more than that, and I could not be more thankful for everyone at the MyTransphormation app. Colin, my advisor, he was phenomenal. I was even sick for a few days during the challenge, and he talked me through it. So and being able to just jump right back in, whereas normally I'd been like, well, I've missed a few days, so I'll just get the next round, and I'll just wait till the beginning of the year at this point, because that's what I did. I would work my butt off for the first 5 months of the year, and then just let it all go the rest of the year. I would get to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm comfortable, and then be too comfortable. And so the yo-yoing, the back and forth, I don't punish myself anymore for foods that I eat. A holiday is one day. There's just so many things that go into effect here that I don't think I can touch on all of them, and I can try and shorten the video as much as I want, but I think I'm still gonna end up being a little bit longer here. But I feel so good. I feel happy. I feel more alive and more myself than I have in years, and I want to keep it going, and I want to encourage other people to keep it going. I'm just in awe of this transformation. Like this company does it the right way, and I have a whole new perspective on pretty much every aspect of health and fitness, and I've learned that this is my journey, and I can take the steps that I need, and I'm gonna succeed. It's on my time frame. It's on what works for me and my family, and learning that it doesn't have to be so cookie cutter to everybody. That's not how fitness works. It's not how health is. Everyone is so different. So again, I appreciate everything everyone has done at the First Form company, and MyTransphormation specifically. Brilliant. I recommend everyone do a challenge. Get your foot in the door. It's a game changer. You're gonna love it. I love it. I can't wait to keep this going, and I'll see you guys next challenge.